You're watching East Tennessee weather. Weather when you want it.
All right, good morning. It is Tuesday morning, 7 o'clock, getting us started on this Tuesday, and it's a nice, quiet, comfortable start to the day. It's really going to be more of a wash, rinse, repeat kind of a forecast from what we saw yesterday, so really looking at a fantastic day. Did any of you get the showers yesterday? We saw a couple of lonely showers, and they were very slow movers that were firing up across parts of the Cumberland Plateau, and really yesterday, the majority of the rain fell across the Cumberland Plateau, but today we also have the risk for some of those showers and thunderstorms to really develop across the mountains of East Tennessee. We're going to be talking much more about that. We're also talking much more here this morning about the long-range forecast, because what's in store as we get into the upcoming holiday weekend. Memorial Day weekend is right around the corner, the unofficial start to summer, and it looks like we have a little bit more unsettled weather that will kind of fire back up. We'll get to work with that coming up here in just a few minutes. We'll talk. It looks like the chat is working this morning. Yay! The chat's working. Here we go. We'll say, there we go. Yay! One little bugaboo after the next, wouldn't you say? Let's talk about high temperatures from yesterday. We made it to 87 degrees in Knoxville. You could feel the heat, couldn't you? 87. It was gorgeous. It felt great to be outside. This, that summertime feel where we had the shorts and t-shirts. Although I had an appointment yesterday for my eye, and I told my buddy, he's like, "Why are you grabbing a sweatshirt?" I go, "Yeah, because we're going to lunch and we're going to go to my appointment." And because he had to drive me because I couldn't drive. I was like, it's always, now we get to the time of the year where I think if you have to take these jackets or sweatshirts into restaurants and buildings because it's so cold because they're cranking the AC. Anyways, Crossville made it to 80 yesterday, 87 Chattanooga, and 86 degrees in Tri-Cities. Officially at those airports, we did not pick up any rainfall. But when you look at the rainfall from the past 24 hours, yeah, it was hit and miss. But places like northern Ray County, southern Cumberland, and the southwestern sections of Roane County saw a good little downpour. Now, these kind of just rained themselves out, and they didn't really have a huge movement. With that said, though, it does look like we've got a lonely little shower, a couple showers showing up now over into North Carolina when you look at the radar. Right across the highest peaks of East Tennessee over into North Carolina. This is going to be the story here for the day today. So you probably see the clouds right there near the Townsend area, Elkmont and Gatlinburg. You probably see the clouds kind of billowing up. One of my favorite clouds are the clouds that we saw yesterday, where you see those little fingers developing across the mountains. I love those. It's like some of my favorite because you can just see how the atmosphere really works and the convection. The sunshine heats the earth gets that air warm and it starts to rise. And you get those little fingers, which is just little areas that were heated a little bit more than the surrounding air, so it's forced to rise, and that's why you get those little fingers to develop. And so that's pretty much what we'll see again throughout the day today. All right, visibility-wise, any fog out there? A little bit across the plateau in the mountains, not a big deal. Temperature-wise, we're still trending about where we were, if not just a little bit warmer than yesterday. So when you actually look at the numbers, we're in the 60s, so it feels really nice outside. Speaking of outside, let's go ahead and take you outside and show you what it looks like from Klingman's Dome. And that camera's not working. Wah, 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 wah. How about Purchase Knob? How about Look Rock? Well, that's a big Debbie Downer this morning. All right, let's talk about those weather headlines, shall we? Today's going to be a wash, rinse, repeat forecast from what we saw yesterday. Tomorrow, a weakening wave is going to be swinging its way into the area, so it's going to produce more cloud coverage than anything else, but maybe a little bit of light rain across the Cumberland Plateau. We'll highlight that in a moment. Thursday, Friday, we begin to see that unsettled weather pattern, but I don't necessarily know that we're going to have a ton of rain Thursday into Friday. And as we get into Memorial Day weekend, I think Saturday and Sunday are not going to be washouts as it stands right now. It's only Tuesday, got a long ways to go, and things will obviously change along the way. But based on the latest model guidance, it looks like Monday, Memorial Day Monday, might likely be the day that we see the majority of the rain, or the heaviest, more widespread rain around the area. All right, so let's go ahead and pick up our future cast right now. Here this morning, we've got a few clouds hanging out with us, got a couple of those showers over into the mountains, but you can see as we get into the lunch hour, the mountains in the Cumberland Plateau, I see some isolated afternoon showers and a few rumbles of thunder. Got some light winds in the atmosphere, so they're going to they're going to be slow movers once again. So if you happen to have plans to be in the mountains or if you get stuck underneath one of these, it's going to produce a pretty good solid downpour. But that should be about the extent of it today. A nice warm, muggy day to get outside and enjoy. Remember, the sun angle is coming up, so Sunburn City is really starting to build. And with the abundant sunshine that we'll have today versus what we'll see tomorrow and the rest of the week, and versus what we've really seen over the last couple of weeks, because it's been on that wet weather pattern, I do anticipate a few more sunburns. The splash pads are opening up. This weekend, of course, the unofficial start to summer, the swimming pools will start to open up. So you never like to get that first sunburn. That's always the worst one. You're like, oh, just a couple more minutes. Just a couple more minutes. You can see with the rainfall forecast, again, isolated in nature, mainly across the higher terrain. So orographically induced showers and some thunderstorms. So your forecast for temperature-wise, 80 to right around lunchtime. So lunchtime is going to be great. Perfect patio weather on the way. Afternoon highs, mid to upper 80s. So that's trending above average, and it's going to make for a nice evening. Want to do some grilling in the backyard? Want to do anything else? It's going to be a perfect night to do so, which, by the way, is now time to... I wish I had it. I don't have it, but it is my son's birthday today. So happy birthday, Kipton. I was trying to get this smaller. Happy birthday, Kipton. He is 11 years old today. So every year, my wife always does a balloon wall, if you will. Let me go ahead and take that off here. A balloon wall. We'll put that back up like this. And so on that balloon wall, we do a bunch of balloons. You take like that confetti paper or whatever. And so anyways, you put a bunch of blown up balloons against his door. Door's closed. So when he opens the door in the morning, you get the balloon waterfall on top of you. And so it's funny because we do it every year. And the last couple of years, they're like, oh, I knew you were going to do that. Yeah, we were just waiting for you to go to sleep. So the wife and I, when they went to sleep last night, blew up, I don't know, probably 30, 40 balloons. We did not blow them up. I told her, last couple of years, we actually got a machine to do it, which was so much easier than trying to do it by hand or by breath, by mouth. That was no fun. But anyways, happy birthday, son. I love you. We're going to go celebrate. So tonight he wants to do, he's gotten a little bit more of a palate. And so he wanted crab legs, but he's like, I actually don't want crab legs. He wants pot stickers. So if anybody has a good restaurant in and around the Knoxville area to get some good pot stickers, let me know in the chat because we're going to try to find a good place. We were thinking of, what's it called? I'm blanking on the name. I've lost it. Over off of Paper Mill and, oh my gosh. Anyways, it'll come to me. Anyways, we're thinking about doing something like that. So we're going to take him to dinner tonight and he gets to open presents. And of course, he had that birthday party here this past weekend. So anyways, big shout out to my son, 11 years old. I cannot believe, I told him this morning, I was like, I can't believe I've kept you alive for 11 years. That's amazing, son. It's a feat of any sort of parent, right? All right, so moving right along. So nice evening. It's going to be a perfect night to do so, to get out if you are celebrating birthdays or doing anything like that, grilling in the backyard. Low temperatures tonight drop down into the 60s. And then as we head through the day tomorrow, well, we're going to shave off a few degrees because we're going to have the clouds kind of move their way back in. So the clouds are working their way back into the area. And that's associated with that weakening wave that I was talking about. So picking up our timeline, 7 o'clock Wednesday morning, we're likely to have some high-level clouds. Cloud deck may lower a little bit. Here comes that weakening wave. I think it's going to be more bark than bite. I don't really think that we're going to get a whole lot of rainfall out of this as it moves its way through. And it should be the first part of our Wednesday if we see any sort of rainfall from that. But the atmosphere is pretty dry in the low levels. And so this is just a little weakening upper level wave. And as you can clearly see with the rainfall forecast, not a lot of that is going to actually reach its way to the surface. Now, speaking of which, our jet stream, I said surface and I said speaking of which, didn't really make sense, but here we go. It was another sleepless night at the Witcher household. Every 30 minutes putting in 9 drops. All right, so beautiful today, tomorrow, but we'll have more cloud coverage tomorrow. Now here comes that unsettled weather. But notice temperatures are still going to stay elevated. We're still going to be in the 80s. Now we're going to be warmer today, tomorrow time frame, thanks to this big ridge of high pressure that's dominating the weather pattern across much of the East Coast. That's going to stick with us, but start to break down as we get into our Thursday, Friday, and the holiday weekend. But look at these temperatures. Do you have travel plans around the region? It's going to be a toasty, roasty one. we're talking upper 80s to low 90s. So warmer today in many locations than what we saw yesterday. Then we'll start to shave off a few degrees tomorrow, and we'll likely do it again on Thursday, but still trending above average. Now, when you look at the severe weather threat, there is a risk for severe storms, not here locally. Okay, so stand down, Witcher's Weather Watchers, stand down. We don't need you yet. And we've got a lot more. I feel like every day we keep adding to the Witcher's Weather Watchers, but a stalled front is going to produce some strong to severe thunderstorms out to our west. So the Storm Prediction Center's forecast a level 1, 2, 3, and level 1, 2, and 3 risk, I should say, from Texas all the way up into the Great Lakes and parts of the Northeast. Here's how that all plays out. First things first, the weakening wave on the big picture. I like to show you this synoptic view of what's going on because we can't be so honed in, tunnel vision, if you will, just to East Tennessee. You got to see how this is all playing out across the country. So here's our weakening wave. It will likely produce more rain across West and Middle Tennessee than it will here in East Tennessee, and that's tonight into tomorrow. But the stronger storm system that the Storm Prediction Center has elevated that risk level anyways for severe storms is right there. It's going to be late in the day on Wednesday. So big old storms blasting through West Tennessee and the Mississippi River Valley. As we get into our Thursday morning, it's weakening, and I think that's going to be the story. So I don't anticipate a ton of activity on Thursday. That's what I was saying. While we do have elevated rain chances, I don't think it's going to add up to a whole lot Thursday, and I think that's going to be the story again on Friday. Now, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I'm keeping a little bit on the lower side, but Monday's likely to shoot up based on some of the latest model guidance that will likely get a lot more rain. I know it's a boating weekend, so let me show you day by day. This is from the Weather Prediction Center. And so, again, today into tomorrow, we don't have a lot of activity. Tomorrow and a Thursday, likely not a lot of activity. Thursday and Friday, again, I don't anticipate a ton of activity per se. Unsettled, sure, but like total washout, drenched, no. I don't think that's the story at all. And so from now through Thursday, you can clearly see that we're not. So this is your 3-day rainfall forecast, okay? So now through Thursday, likely not to get a whole lot of activity. Now let's pick up our Friday, Saturday. We'll probably get a little bit more rain Friday into Saturday. Saturday into Sunday, most of that's probably going to be off to our west. And then, so today through Saturday time frame, when you look at your 5-day rainfall outlook by the Weather Prediction Center, we'll likely pick up about a half an inch just through Saturday. But then we're going to add to that as we get into our Sunday, Monday, Tuesday time frame. So when you add up the entire 7-day stretch, we could see 1 to 2 inches of rainfall here locally. But again, I think a lot of that's going to be more so maybe into our Sunday, Monday time frame, rather than Thursday, Friday, Saturday timeframe. So something to keep in mind if you're going to be getting that boat out on the lakes. I know Katrina's already taken her pontoon out on the lake, and so this is getting into lake season. Oh, I love me some lake season. It's some of my favorite for sure. High temperature is going to be trending above average, maybe a little bit more seasonable as we get into next Monday time frame for highs, but generally speaking, trending above average, and those lows will be trending above average as well. Looking ahead from the the Climate Prediction Center, above average maybe through the end of the month, my birthday, May 31st, and then maybe a little pocket of cooler average air starts to settle in for maybe the end of the month, 1st of June-ish. Again, this is long-range forecasting. This will likely change every single day, and that's why I show it to you, just to give you an idea of maybe what the long-range forecasts look like. Sorry, does anybody have any toothpicks? I need to pop up my eyelids. They're so heavy this morning. Above average when it comes to rainfall by the end of the month, but maybe trending around average when it comes to rainfall by the first week of June. If you're new to the platform, good morning. We will go through the chat here and talk about things that are going on. If you have any outdoor events, if you just wish my son a happy birthday, I'm not quite sure. But if you're new to the platform, welcome to Wake Up with Witcher. We do this every day, Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock in the morning. Live weather update, but now it's time to go to the chat and say hi to everybody, highlight some of the chat if there's anything going on here, and then we'll jump into those T-Dot cameras. I'm checking in on them right now, and no major incidents showing up, but again, it's only a quarter after 7 o'clock, so not too bad. All right, am I going to be able to read the chat here? That's the problem. See, I get just an update on the eye. It went back yesterday. If you didn't see it on social media, might as well just keep you up to date on how things are going. Still had to keep the regimen of every half hour putting some sort of drops in my eyes. Every hour is like antibiotics, and then every half hour is like some wetting drops. So these eyelids are very, very heavy because I didn't sleep much again last night. That's 2 nights in a row. So here we are. But I did go back to the doctor yesterday, and so things are improving. My right eye is fantastic. So the right eye, the little patch contact thing comes off, I think, today. So I have another appointment at 3 o'clock here this afternoon. The left eye is a little bit slower to the healing process than my right eye. So that's a little bit slower of a process. About, she said about maybe 2 to 4 days behind my right eye. So this one's still a little bit more hazy, and so I don't have the vision out of that one. My right eye is almost great, and she goes, wait till you get the contact off later on today. That's really going to crisp everything up, because I'm wearing this like patchy contact thing for the last 5 days. And so if you wear contacts, anytime you wear your contacts for like 5 days in a row, they're all like hazy and foggy. And so she's like, oh yeah, wait till I take that off. Your vision's gonna be great. So still a little bit of foggy, and it's funny because it is that way. It's like the glasses don't really help because it's not really quite there. So let's see if I can get in there. Oh man, what a mess. What a mess. If you were to ask me if I would do this again, now, nobody asked me that, but I'm just saying if you were, at this stage of the game, I would say no. Give me another week or so, and I'll probably give you a different answer. But I have to just put them on the screen there to be able to read them. Whew. It's bright too. Studio is bright. Edwin, I'm back at it, baby. I'm back at it. Slowly but surely, we are getting back at it. Good morning, Jen. Slowly but surely. Man, I tell you. What's up? Carlos is joining us from Memphis this morning. I can read that. I almost can read better if I just close one eye, because again, this one's hazy, so it's kind of affecting. I definitely can't see it with that eye. Oh man, happy Tuesday. Who said that? Where was that? AJ says happy Tuesday. What's up, AJ? How's business? Are we getting any candles sold? Has anybody purchased any candles or goods from AJ or Wild Tree Lane from 865 Candle yet? Have you gotten in support of them yet? If you've not been there, go check their little, they've got the cutest little craft room, like with all this crafting cool stuff. So it is birthday times, right? And so, they got great stuff. It would have been a great Mother's Day, good Father's Day stuff, because they got some good Father's Day candles, by the way. So let me know, and go get that 15% discount if you go over there, 865 Candle. Right, AJ? Right? AJ says, yes, sir. Yes, sir. And if you're new to the platform, just so you know, I did have eye surgery last week, and so we're just now getting back to it. So that's why the eyes are, I know it probably looks better with this because you can't see my eyes. It hides my eyes a little bit better. So maybe we'll just keep those on just for your sake, not mine. I've been trying to open them up, but the lights are so bright in here. All right, got some great concerts coming up here tonight. Kipton's getting a lot of good birthday wishes here this morning. I'll be curious to see how everybody spells Kipton. Yeah, that's pretty much how I thought everyone would spell it. I'll give you a little story on Kipton. It's actually Kiptyn is how you spell it. And I don't know why we did it that way. We saw the name one time, and I think we wanted a little bit of a different variation on what everyone. That name is not it's not a very common name, but there was a different variation, so we wanted the YM. So I think it was like KYPTON or something like that is the original form, and I was like, well, KYP has, to me, it has a little bit more of a feminine. This is not probably going to come out right, so I probably should just shut my mouth. But more of a feminine, like spelling to it versus the Y at the end. Does that make sense? So KIP is like Kip, although I don't want him to be a Kip. I hope that he doesn't become a Kip. but so it's KYPTYN. So then when we had our son Caden, and a lot of the spelling for Caden is CADEN or KADEN. We were like, how can we tie that into Kipton's name? So we did KADYN. So it's KIPTYN and KADYN. And so now we got two kids with K's, and I don't even know how that happened. Kipton, you're getting a lot of birthday wishes, buddy. I had to go get him some. Well, I didn't have to, but we got him. Still not driving. We got him some cupcakes to take to school today. Man, I'm excited for him to open his presents today. That's always the best part. Like giving presents is always like one of my most favorite parts. All right, should we get along? Let's get to work with the T-Dot cameras here this morning. We'll get back to the chat here. Not melting pot, Kristen, not the melting pot. P.F. Chang's. P.F. Chang's. That's what I was trying to think of. P.F. Chang's. We want some good pot stickers. So if anybody knows of any place, any Asian place that gets some good, solid pot stickers or sticky buns or something like that, let me know. But P.F. Chang's was the word I was looking for. On the interstate system here this morning, no major incidents. Of course, we still have some congestion getting into the 640 interchange, but that's typical as usual. Look at it. It's only 7:24. The 40 and Weisgarber is doing fantastic this morning. Nice. So for those of you that couldn't hear the music yesterday, I did do the playback, and the music was playing. So I didn't know if you had any little issues. Any issues on your side of the broadcast. But whenever you hear that sound, it's time to take a look at today's holiday. Shall we take a look at those holidays today? Yeah. All right. Today's holidays is National Memo Day. I leave myself memos all day long. I don't know about you. All day long, I'm leaving myself memos. Little notes. Jog little ideas down. What do I need to do today? Things that I need to do. Do I have stuff to ship? Yes, I do have shirts to ship today. So I'll have to get that done. National Strawberries and Cream Day. Now that, my friends, sounds amazing. Strawberries and cream are like some of my favorite thing in the world. Yeah, and homemade, of course. Homemade. Mash up the strawberries. Oh, so good. National Waitstaff Day. Yay! We couldn't do whatever we do. We couldn't go out to all these restaurants without the waitstaff. Something to think about. Listen, I was never a waiter. I never really wanted to be a waiter. I was training to be a waiter before I got my very first TV job in 2000. Oh, geez, now I'm dating myself. In 2000. And so I kind of worked at the front of the house. Never worked in restaurants ever, really. So this is my first restaurant job. And man, the menu was like a lot of food, and you had to memorize it, and you had to do things. And so I was going through training when ring, 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 I got my first call to get my first TV job, or I got the call back anyways to get my TV job. And so I literally was like, dropped my apron. I was like, I'm out. And so I've never waited tables. But again, hats off to anybody that's ever waited tables, because that's a tough job. You can't please everybody. It's kind of like it's like TV meteorology. You just can't please everybody. And there's no trying to, because it is nearly impossible. But remember, some of those staff members, the wait staff, they make most of their money on tips. I don't know if you're a good tipper or if you're a bad tipper. I personally would love to go back to the old school ways. Like, you've got to work for your tips. Like, that is your money. That's your paycheck. So work hard for it, right? Don't expect it. And now I feel like tips went from 20% expectations to like a 30% expectations. Even if you didn't do anything, or if you didn't try hard. That I have a little bit of an issue with, but I'm not a cheap tipper, so don't worry about that, my friends. It's National American Red Cross Founders Day. Nice. American Red Cross is amazing. Got some great photos. This one coming in from Washburn last night. Tammy posting this one on the East Tennessee weather page. So I guess I could have just done that. There we go. Nice little photo of the moon. So Tammy, thanks for uploading that through Witcher's Pictures and the East Tennessee weather app. All right, let's go back to this one. All right, let's see what others are saying here this morning. We got Portia on here. Oh, you're not getting any reception. Does anybody have any other issues with reception? Portia says, I don't get any reception, just to hear your voice. I hope that's not the case. But that's what Portia's saying this morning. Sorry about that, Portia. Melting pot, P.F. Chang's. Here we go. Marita, is that, did I say that right? Marita, said it right. P.F. Chang's, that's it, my friend. Ooh, Billy Bob Wise. You and I have a birthday coming up on May 31st. Happy birthday to you. May 31st, huh? Nice. It's a good month. Gemini. Now, are you the middle child? Because I'm not only the middle child, but I'm a Gemini. So I just creates a whole train wreck if you believe any of that stuff. But I read all my stuff and like my horoscopes and stuff. And Gemini pretty much nails me. And being the middle child pretty much nails me. That's who I am. No hot coffee this morning. I actually have cold brew. It's like a spice chai cold brew my wife picked up. That's pretty good. Had to add a little bit of heavy whipping cream to it to make it taste better. And actually, I told her last time when I tried it for the first time, it actually has like a little bit of a, I don't know. It's got a little bit of an off flavor that I can't figure out what it is. Sorry, I'm being a one-eyed jack here, folks. Trying to read your chat messages and I can't get them all. Lee's on his way to the golf course. Hope everyone has a great day, Lee. Hopefully you have a good day as well. There we go. Linda's joining us this morning, heading to work at Dollywood. Should be a beautiful day. Oh, it's going to be perfect weather for Dollywood. Of course, Splash Country opening up soon, right? What are you saying over here? Mine too. Watch out for those roadway workers. Love my T-Dot hubby. Those guys work hard, don't they? And Brenda says, everyone stay as cool as you can. Brenda, we cool every day. Oh, that kind of cool. Right. Linda, would you do this again? I know I'm behind on chat, so the answer as of right now would be no. I would not do this again. Brad says, what's the address for 865 Candle? Find them on, I could probably put it on here. If you're on here, throw that on there. If AJ's still on here. There you go. AJ's on there. There it is. There it is, Brian. Found it. Guess it helps to read ahead before you start talking, right? And then there you go, Brenda. Brenda spelled it right. Kiptyn. Not that I'm offended that you didn't spell it right. I could care less, really, to be honest with you. Happy birthday, Mini Mike. It's crazy. Let's see. Thank you very much, Susan. I appreciate that. It's your daughter's birthday and your granddaughter's birthday. And it's a good friend of mine's birthday as well today. So happy birthday to all the May 21st birthdays out there. Awesome stuff. I need to get some birthday music in here, but that's copyrighted, you know. Did you know that? I could not technically play birthday music or the happy birthday song because it is technically trademark or copyrighted, I guess. Oh, is it Kat's birthday? Kat, is it your birthday? Or maybe not. Maybe it is. Maybe not. Yes, it is. I'm behind and I can't see it all. So I apologize, Kat, but happy birthday to you. Another big old birthday out there. There you go, Eva. Absolutely. Oh, nice. Thanks for everything you do, Layla, for our community. She says, good morning. Not much time today. Tuesday, May Serve Day at our food pantry. #serve. That's awesome. Amen to that, Gen Wise, because you know what? We wouldn't be able to get this amazing of food all the time, right? I mean, who doesn't like to eat out? Ooh. I made creme brulee. Kat, I should just make you some creme brulee. I make some homemade creme brulee. So good. You probably heard me talk about the sous vide machine before. Look that one up. That's how you make the best steaks. And that's how I made this the creme brulee. Turned out amazing. Amazing. There you go. Do you know why that is, Barbara? Because you start to get ice crystals up in the sky. So the ring around the moon is actually ice crystals, not clouds or anything like that. And it's the sign of some upper level moisture that will eventually head our way. There's a reason why we have these old, the old time tales and stuff like that, right? The old wives' tales and whatnot. Let's see. Oh boy. Here you go. If I have to wait for my food, does that make me the waiter? Oh, boom. Actually, you get this, Chris. I think I need a... I think I have this one. No, that's more of that. Yeah, there you go. There we go. That's what I was looking for, Chris. Right. Sorry, I'm getting so close to my things and then puts my head so close to the camera. Ew. I'm a red-faced, droopy-eyed guy today, aren't I? Well, you all are amazing. All right, Kat. We can. I can drop it by the office. You're a realtor, so I can drop it by the office one day. Chris says, I'm on vacation starting Saturday, traveling here to Peoria, Illinois. Driving, so I need decent weather. Chris, you know I got you covered. Well, and the East Tennessee Weather app has you covered as well. By the way, it's 7:31. I'm going to continue to work through the morning hours, and I'm going to go take a nice little rest, although I can't. I got to put drops in my eyes every 30 minutes, so now it's 7:30. It's about that time, so I don't think that you probably just want to see me put eye drops in my eyes, and then it just waters, and it's going to go all over the place. So with that said, my friends, we'll kind of bring things to a little bit of a close. Cue the music. I like this little music as a little closing music. It's calm. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be another gorgeous day. Hopefully you have a chance to get out and enjoy it. Listen, we are going to continue to keep up with the forecast as it changes here over the next couple of days as well. I will send you back to the 24-hour weather channel. If you missed the forecast at all, I do a long-range forecast. We'll talk about the day ahead of us today and the next couple of days, but then we'll take that above and beyond. And as we do so, you'll be able to get a good idea of how things are playing out here over the next couple of days. Sorry, I was just getting things ready to go in the background. Enjoy the sunshine, my friends. Enjoy the warm, humid weather. It's not quite summer weather, but we're getting so close. And I don't know about you, but I am a big fan of the warmer weather, the humidity. I like these warm, more muggy mornings. Makes it tough to work outside. I know if you work outside, make sure you take extra breaks in the little bit of the heat wave-ish that we have going on here over the next couple of days. But just know that I don't think it's going to be a total washout Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, but heavier rainfall is possible as we head into our Monday. All right, my friends, thanks for joining me for Wake Up with Witcher here. It's 7:32. No incidents on the interstates right now. I'll see you back here tomorrow morning bright and early at 7 o'clock and throughout the day on social media. Go subscribe. Go smash that like and subscribe button on YouTube. Help build that part of the platform of East Tennessee Weather up. And if you like the East Tennessee Weather platform, which I think you do because you join me every day, pass along the word. Let's see if we can't get more to the group and more downloads with the East Tennessee Weather app. See you back here tomorrow morning. See you soon.
You're watching East Tennessee Weather. Weather when you want it.
Good morning. Have a great day, everybody. It's going to be a wash, rinse, repeat forecast from what we saw yesterday. Another toasty one, a little bit more humidity as well, and a slight chance for a pop-up shower or thunderstorm. Wednesday, though, we're going to see a weakening wave move its way into the area. More rain, or I should say more cloud coverage than anything else. I'll show you what that looks like. Thursday into Friday, we begin our unsettled weather pattern. And unfortunately, that's going to stick with us through Memorial Day weekend. But I do think that Memorial Day Monday is likely to be the wettest day of the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday time frame. Here's your forecast for the day today. We start off with a few clouds, a little bit of fog around the area, but not a big deal. Then you'll see by lunchtime, we'll start to see those clouds billowing up. Did you see those fingers billowing up? One of my favorite clouds ever when you see those across the higher terrain. So we'll see that developing again today. Slight chance for a couple pop-up showers and thunderstorms there. We'll do that for the Cumberland Plateau, but not looking at much activity here in the valley whatsoever, but we'll see the clouds billowing for sure. So we'll call it a partly cloudy afternoon. You can clearly see that rainfall amounts are going to be fairly lackluster across much of the area. So we're going to stay mostly dry. It's really going to be a nice day. As we look ahead, though, through the day today, we're going to start off with temperatures in the 60s. By lunchtime, we'll climb into the 80s. Forecast highs today will be in the mid to maybe even a few pockets of upper 80s. So a little bit warmer across the Southern Valley. And that's going to make for a very nice evening. Once again, for a nice evening walk if you want to enjoy dinner outside, do some barbecuing or grilling. Should be a nice night for that for sure. All right, now as we look ahead into tomorrow, well, we'll start tomorrow morning off with temperatures in the 60s. Remember, I said we have a weakening wave moving its way on through the area. We'll climb still back into the mid-80s as we head through the day on Wednesday, but watch your Wednesday forecast. Here comes that weakening wave moving its way on through, so it's going to provide us with more cloud coverage, likely to bring our temperatures down just a bit on Wednesday. Do we see a little bit of light rain out of that? Yeah, possible, especially across the plateau, but as it traverses its way across the rest of East Tennessee, I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of rainfall. So I'm going to keep Wednesday mostly dry with a slight chance for a few stray light showers across the plateau, and that should be about the extent of it on Wednesday. So as you can clearly see through Wednesday, we're still not going to add up a whole lot in the rainfall department, but that does change as we progress through the week. As we get into our Thursday, Friday, we'll start to see more showers and thunderstorms arrive around the area. Stronger risk for severe weather to our west. I'll highlight that here in just a moment. Big ridge of high pressure dominating the weather pattern. That's what's keeping us on the warmer side with the upper level jet stream way off to our north. You can see temperatures across the region are going to be warm. We're talking mid to upper 80s, even pockets of low 90s. We'll do it again tomorrow. And we'll shave off a few more degrees as we get into our Thursday because we do have a frontal boundary that's going to be swinging its way near the area. Now, it's a stalled out front as we head through the day on Wednesday. So Wednesday into Thursday, that's what's going to bring us a risk for severe weather to our west. So a lot of folks are going to be traveling for Memorial Day weekend as we get into our Wednesday, Thursday timeframe. That's when we'll start to see the risk start to ramp up a little bit further to our west. Here's our weakening wave Wednesday as it moves its way on through. So it's going to just kind of weaken as it works its way to the east. Here are those showers and thunderstorms that are going to become strong to severe as we get into our Wednesday night and Thursday morning across parts of the Mississippi River Valley, over into west and middle Tennessee. And that is going to bring us some scattered showers throughout the day on Thursday, but no severe weather threat. It all kind of weakens. So again, I'm not anticipating a ton of rain from Wednesday into from Thursday into Friday, Friday into Saturday. Sunday into our Monday will add up in that rainfall department, and those you'll see those rain chances are going to stay rather elevated. I do think Monday is going to be much more than a 50% chance, but it's 7 days out, so we'll keep that on the lower end. We'll tailor up as we need to. So day by day, you can see we're going to stay rain-free today into tomorrow into Thursday, but Thursday into Friday. Again, not a ton of rain expected with those as we round out the week. Even as we get into our Friday, Saturday time frame, maybe about 1/4 inch of rain expected, but it's going to continue to pile up as we get into our, so today through Saturday, our 5-day rainfall outlook.